This Week in Gaming! Everybody, get ready for... Wait, why are we on the wrong microphone? I just forgot, we're still on the... I was walking around showing off my bedroom. We don't need this microphone. Let's switch over to the good microphone. Get some good audio quality in here. Test. Yep. Just making sure. This Week in Gaming! It is July 20th, 2025. Hope everyone's had a good week. And we're actually going to take a look behind the veil. Oh, I was told that people like the old background, so... Actually, I was told by one person. I think it was Parzival. So, uh-oh. Still have part of the green screen showing. Welcome back to our old background. All my knickknacks and stuff. Got a lot of cool stuff on that shelf, honestly. Old one is better. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Anyways, let's go on to our wins and fails for the week. We have robotic replacement, Metal Mac, daycare dating, and greenlit game, as well as Nepo Nerd. Let me turn down the audio real quick for this. This is so loud. I'm sure that was very annoying. Streamlink. What are you talking about, Streamlink? Let's go to our first fail of the week, and that is Xbox AI, which stands for all in. Xbox and Microsoft are all in on AI. This week they're even showing it. Streamlink in chat. You mean Steam Link? Yeah, we could take a look at that later. Xbox's principal development lead, Mike Mastel. Oh my gosh, that's a weird name. Matsell, okay. Posted an ad looking for new employees. The ad, however, looking for graphic designers, features an obviously and hideously looking AI-generated image. Look at this shit, dude. It literally. let's get a little bit closer here. Oh, hang on. This is where the green screen would be helpful. Look at this. Look at this. It's got the monitor on the behind it. It's like it's not even correct, and they're looking for graphic designers. I mean, they probably need graphic designers. They just fired 9,000 people last week. And they're using AI to make graphic designs for an ad looking for graphic designers. Kind of a massive fail, I would say, for Xbox. This is embarrassing. And yeah, again, this comes after the absolute bloodbath last week of firing 9,000, probably more than 9,000 employees across all their Microsoft teams. So they're desperate for people with competency, it would appear. And this just looks bad, honestly. The Xbox graphics team is hiring folks with experience with device drivers, GPU performance, or related validation or engineering system experience. And it's just, dude, this looks so bad. Are the fingers at least correct? 1, 2, 3, 4. And their thumb, 1, 2, 3. I guess it's not possible to tell. But man. Oh, look, you can see a bunch of people laugh reacted to it as well. Yeah. Oh, man, 137 comments, 74 reposts is not good, considering it only got 300 reacts, and most of them are laughs. I bet they're getting cooked. Yeah, so that's rough. This was over at LinkedIn. So kind of a crazy post. Let's go on to our next part of this story. Microsoft workers are reportedly being replaced by AI. So this isn't just an isolated incident. This is part of a bigger picture of what's happening over at Microsoft. King, the company behind Candy Crush and a Microsoft subsidiary, they got acquired with the Activision Blizzard deal, will be cutting another 200 jobs this week. Speaking to the press anonymously, fired employees claim that they will be replaced by the very AI tools that they helped build and train, which is crazy. Like, it's one thing to have to train your replacement. This has happened before. Occasionally, your boss might not like you. They'll hire your replacement and force you to train them, and then once you get them trained up, they'll fire you. This is even worse. You're building the thing that's going to replace you. Like, that's insane. So this is just a rumor. This is just what's being reportedly said by Mobile Gamer. .biz. So I mean, you you can take this with a grain of salt, but the fired employees supposedly think that they're going to be replaced by AI that they trained, which is crazy. And honestly, that doesn't surprise me. Microsoft has been being pivoted towards a very AI centric focus. Microsoft is the biggest contributor of AI. They have the biggest they have the biggest stake in OpenAI. They have most of the AI like GPUs. They're the ones buying most of the NVIDIA GPUs to build these servers. What are they called? The giant AI stations. I can't even remember what they call them. But oh shoot, my green screen isn't covering everything. Hang on. Pay no attention behind the curtain. But yeah, so not very good optics, I would say. They have the most to gain out of replacing everybody by AI because they're the ones creating the AI solutions, so it doesn't surprise me. Next up on this story, Oblivion Remastered devs were fired. So nearly 300 jobs are on the line at Virtuous just after the massive success of Oblivion Remastered. It would appear that they invested heavily into the development, but did not reap many rewards. The company is now pivoting to AI, making training mandatory. Now, I'm not sure if this training is that they're training the AI or they're training to use AI tools, but AI training is supposedly mandatory for all employees now at Virtuous. Thomas Stone from Digital DNA Games, the creator of Castle Miner Z, describes this phenomenon really well, and I wanted to play this video real quick. Oh wait, hang on. Oh boy. Okay, I thought I was gonna sneeze. It was just a prank, I guess. Let's click play.
Working in the game industry sucks. Like, what happens is you work day and night for like 2 years straight making a game, and then they lay you off immediately after. And this has happened to me like 4 or 5 times. Everybody that's worked in the industry, it's happened. Like, you work and you work and you work, and when the game comes out, they lay you off. And then you go find another company, another product, you get interested in it, you work a whole bunch, and then they lay you off. So the guys that are on the team right now have all gone through this, and they're all sick of it.
So yeah, that's something that we've been able to see ourselves, even not even working in the industry. It's very obvious that these people are being laid off, especially like as soon as they finish a project, regardless of whether or not it's good. We had that with Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals was an amazing success. The devs were fired immediately after. We have Oblivion Remastered, an insane success, selling more copies than I think the newest Doom game did. And Doom cost way more to make. It didn't cost that much to make Oblivion Remastered. So that it's very disheartening to see. It's like, it doesn't matter if you do good, it doesn't matter if you do bad, you get fired regardless. It's unreal. It is unreal. It's Unreal Engine 5.6, you could even say. Most people are contracted just for one game, though, and most of the games coming out now was worked on for a while or during lockdown. Yeah, we still have a lot of the fallout effects of the lockdown, and we're going to even have fallout effects from the year-long SAG-AFTRA voice actor strike for a long time coming, or for a long time going forward. Like, it's gonna have ripple effects. And I agree. I think a lot of these people were being contracted, but there's also people who have permanent supposed like actual like W-2 jobs from some of these big companies, and they're getting fired because these companies hired a ton during the pandemic, and then they're realizing that they overhired. And as the economy's slowing down globally, they're realizing that there's actually a lot more strain. They hired these people when it was like da 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 da, like 1920s swing music going on. Fucking 0% interest on everything, money printers going burr, just insanity, right? So yeah, the GameStop stock had reached like an astronomically high market value, and every single GameStop in the country was shut down at the time. It's like nothing made sense in the economy. Try this game. We'll try it when we're not doing a presentation. Here, let me stop the presentation and just play it real quick. All right, moving on to our next story. Let's go for a win.
Working in the game.
Cyberpunk launches for Mac. This is really cool. Cyberpunk 2077 has been optimized for Metal API. We talked about this. They had some teasers, but it's officially here. and it was released for Apple Silicon Mac models. So all the MacBooks that you have with Apple Silicon from M1 to, what are we on, M4 now, they all work. The only stipulation is you need at least an M1 chip with 16 gigabytes of RAM. Unfortunately, I have an M1 Air with 8 gigabytes of RAM. And honestly, it makes sense because the 8 gigs is not enough. I often have crashes with Unity when I'm developing on my MacBook Air because the RAM is just not enough. But on top of that, if you have some of the higher end M2 Ultra chips and above, you'll be able to use special high fidelity settings. And from what I've seen, they're actually pretty good. The settings are really high quality. I think it was like 2K resolutions, like at 60 FPS. It's honestly pretty cool. Really, really cool. And I just like, I've been saying this for years. The Apple Silicon market is an untapped like venture. Like most people have these untapped market. Most people have these MacBooks because they're going to school. And that was my exact experience. I was like, man, I got this laptop for school. I would really like to play games during my classes. And I was like, this thing's powerful. There's no reason it shouldn't be able to play a game. And there aren't a lot of games for Apple Silicon. So it's always been my goal to make every single game that I have available on Mac. Because I think there are a lot of college students that want to play games and they just don't have a lot of choices. Buy RAM. You don't know the Apple ecosystem very well. I know that this is your bedroom, Parzival. I'm gonna just shame you real quick. I know that this is your bedroom. Unironically, this is how you sleep. But not everybody can tinker with their devices. Not everybody can take apart a computer like these. If you have an Apple device, you cannot upgrade the RAM. They are soldered onto the boards, from what I understand. They're not upgradable. They're not even replaceable. If your RAM dies in your MacBook, you have to get a new MacBook. There's no replacing it. Not that easy with Apple. Yeah, exactly. It's not. Okay, so he's like, wow, you just really had to go after me like that? You sent me the photo. Last Apple I got had DDR3 RAM. Honestly, that might have been the era that might have been like the last MacBook model or Mac model that would be upgradable, because the old ones you could upgrade. Interestingly enough, they had the old iMacs, not iMacs, but iMac with an S. It was like the one that's then all in one. It's just like a screen. It's got the computer parts in the back. If you took the ceiling off of the screen and popped it off, you could upgrade the drive. You could upgrade the RAM, I believe. You could upgrade some of the internals, which is really cool. You can't do that anymore. Not on anything. They don't let you. In fact, a lot of the times, if you try to upgrade certain aspects of it and you don't use genuine Apple parts, like if you do manage to upgrade them, it'll actually brick your device because it doesn't have genuine Apple parts on it, which is crazy. You have to use specific parts for anything Apple related. Anyways, moving on. Cyberpunk 2.3 update. So on the topic of Cyberpunk, another free Cyberpunk update is also available now. This one focuses on vehicles and customization. It'll also add new quests as well as expanding the auto drive feature. 2.3 is really good. I haven't played it yet. I hope it's good. I should try it. It looks so cool. Let's take a quick look at the trailer, or the teaser, I suppose. New vehicles and quests to unlock them.
Free wheels. Let me just chill a sec.
Auto drive and Delamain that's okay. Delamain taxi service. Additional crystal coat customization, which is kind of cool. And they even expanded the photo mode options, which is sick. I like the game speed. I think that's really cool. That looks a little bit weird when you move the characters. Like, a little off-putting, but I like the spirit. Pretty cool. I like that they're still updating the game. This game has come a long way. It's very, very fun. Whoops, I just popped out of the slideshow. Yeah, the music is a vibe too, as Kieran is pointing out. So yeah, let's move on. Fail. Roblox dating. Have you guys heard about this? First Epstein's list, and now Roblox dating. It's never been better to be a PDF. I cannot believe I fucking wrote that. I forgot about that. When I wrote this, I was still pissed about the Epstein files. I made this 2 days ago because I went on a trip recently and I wouldn't have time. So there might be some stories that I wasn't able to get to that happened. If anything happened in the last 2 days, I didn't include it in this. But David Baszucki, the CEO of Roblox, which honestly sounds like a meme, right? Like the CEO of Roblox. That's like the CEO of depression would like to speak with you. Like he said on the Tech Stuff podcast that he is interested in bringing adult dating to the children's game. This is not new, however, as the idea was floated around at least 2 years ago. So this is a thing that they've been wanting to do for a while. I always said Roblox was for wrongins. Yeah, I feel like if you're an adult playing Roblox, there's something concerning. Like, you should probably be on a list just in case. Oh, Kezi's got a message for us. If you read this, you are gay. Oh, shit. Or actually, he says GEI. Is that like DEI? What is it? Diversity, equity, and inclusion? Would that be like gay equity inclusion? Anyways, I actually took a clip. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this, so I'm gonna splice in some commentary with this just to make sure that I'm not like stepping on any toes. But we have a 24-second clip of the podcast where he talks about, I haven't seen anybody actually playing this, so I want to actually let you guys hear the words from this CEO's mouth so we can actually investigate whether or not this is an inappropriate thing to add to Roblox. Apples uses apple juice. That is true.
I mean, I'll go out on a limb and I'll say for, like, in quotes, 21 and up, ID verified, opted in. Someday we'll have dating on Roblox.
So the idea is that you'll be 21 and up and you'll have to use ID to get in. That's not going to stop everybody, first of all. Second of all, it doesn't explain why you think that this is necessary in a children's platform, right? Like, that's a big part of this, is it's a children's platform. So why do we need dating?
Part of your job is continuing to attract new 13-year-olds. The other part of your job is retaining 13-year-olds who are becoming 17-year-olds who are becoming 24-year-olds, right? So
the podcaster, the person hosting, replies with saying, your job is to retain 13-year-olds, but the other part of your job is to retain those 13-year-olds after they become adults. So does that not sound like grooming to you? Am I overstepping here and saying the idea of getting users as children and then putting them into a dating site as they grow older, is there not something inappropriate about that? Like, someone comes to your service as a minor, like a really young minor, and then next thing you know, they're sending dick pics through it to to their Roblox hotties. Like, I don't know if I'm overreacting here, if I'm looking too deeply into it, but that seems inherently wrong. Icky. Yeah, I would think so as well. This just seems really tone deaf. Roblox hotties. And I don't know how I feel about it. Actually, I know how I feel about this. I think this is dumb. I think this is tone deaf. I don't think they should do it. I think they should keep Roblox for children. I understand the desire to go into dating, because I'm sure Tinder makes billions of dollars by it's very lucrative, because when you make a dating platform, you have people putting on way too much personal information, where they live, what they like, what what they're interested in, which is huge. You can control people very well with that, with advertising. You get people willing to pay a lot of money because they're desperate and they're lonely. You get some people at their lowest. And then you can really keep them in that ecosystem by creating a bad faith dating model where the idea is like, oh, I don't really need to commit to this person that I met on this platform because there's so many more people on it. I can just swipe for another guy or another girl. And now you just have these users that are just like not really interested in dating. And as a Roblox CEO, the demand for that is not the demand, but the desire to make something like that and to get that extra bit of information from your users, to get that extra income, and to just turn this giant user base you have into dollar signs is probably just so enticing. But then you have this little issue called morality. And is it moral? No, it's not moral, and this should be deeply frowned upon, which it is. I've just seen people roasting this. There's not been anything positive that anyone has said except for this podcaster. The host was like, "This is a great idea. Yeah, I think that you're doing a great job as CEO." Time to use mom's ID. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's just going to be kids using their mom's IDs. Hey, mom, I need your ID so I can play Roblox. They have a new verification system. Like, oh, that's weird. When did they add that? Oh, because there's some games that are like more mature. Oh, well, you're 16. You're old enough. Like, yeah, I'll let you play some of those mature games. Like, what is it? Like GTA or something? Like GTA game modes? It's like, yeah, mom, that's what it is. Then they get on and they're a fucking minor trying to date 21 and up year olds. Do you see an issue with that? Because I do. I don't, call me crazy. Ready for the Parsifal army. Oh, don't say that. He's like, This, oh my god, that's crazy. If they're using Roblox as a dating app, you know what they're into, aka nothing good, aka not TOS friendly. Yeah, dude, could you imagine the furries on there? Dude, there's not a good way to spin this. Anyways, let's go on to a win because it's kind of icky. Let's go on to Fallout 5 has been greenlit. A new rumor coming from games journalist Jez Corden claims that Fallout 5 has been fully greenlit. Although this may have been why Project Blackbird was canceled. If you guys don't remember, the studio behind Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online had a project called Blackbird that they have been making for like 5 years and sunk millions of dollars into. That was canceled by Xbox. It was likely canceled because that team may be working on the next main Fallout game. Which makes sense because we already have Bethesda Game Studios probably working on Starfield DLC and Elder Scrolls 6. So they already have their star cast working on these projects, and they want to start pumping out Fallout content because Fallout is really hot right now. Even Fallout 76, which is a mid series entry, is actually blowing up. And then the Fallout TV show is about to enter its second season. There's actually so much hype around this franchise, they'd be dumb not to be making a new game. So it's likely that the Fallout 76 team is going to be working on Fallout 5. And I don't think that's such a bad idea. A lot of people don't like Fallout 76, but the reason they don't like it is for the multiplayer aspects. I think that it's going to be hard for those people to like the game regardless, even if it was like perfectly executed. So the same team making a Fallout 5, like a fully single player mainline entry, might not be a bad idea. It might not go poorly, so we'll see. I'm still pissed at Starfield. Yeah, it wasn't the best. I think I'd rather my kid play on GTA than pedo Roblox. I don't. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, with any online game, like even GTA, anything with like voice chat is going to be an issue, right? With like children, I would highly recommend any parents with children monitor what your kids are doing. Monitor it very closely and make sure that they're playing. It's not even necessarily what they're playing that's inappropriate, because I played a lot of really violent games. I played like what was that really violent game? I played like Gears of War a lot, like cutting people in half, and I came out fine. Mortal Kombat, I was okay. But what was probably not so great is some of the people I talked to, like all the racial slurs that I learned from from online gaming, playing Call of Duty back in the day. Doom 64, yeah, crazy violent graphics, right? So I would really, I think the worst part about gaming is the other people on there, and you got to protect your children from that. But yeah, so Fallout 5 greenlit, probably being made by the other Bethesda studio. I can't remember what they're fucking called. I wish I remembered. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've been saying this for a while now. They need to have a dedicated team for Fallout and a dedicated team for Elder Scrolls, and they need to just start pumping those games out. Like every 2 or 3 years, there should be a new Fallout game. There should be a new Elder Scrolls game. Like, even if it's like the same engine, even if it's the same like content, like as long as they're just adding like new regions and stuff, like I think people really want that. Like I could play Oblivion a million times, right? And if they were to make the exact same game as Oblivion but in like some new region, I would play it. I'm just saying. No, you don't think so? I think that would be a great idea. I think they're making them too slowly. They make a Fallout game like every decade. Like 10 years is an insane amount of time. Like it's got to be at least half that between titles. When was the last time? Oh yeah, the last time Elder Scrolls came out was 2011. They haven't made an Elder Scrolls game in 14 years. That's unacceptable, especially considering the game was so successful. It's still selling copies. Could you imagine making a game so successful that it's still selling copies 14 years later and you refuse to make a fucking sequel? What is wrong with you? Like, it's like you don't like money at that point. Like, you don't want success. Skate 3 is yeah, that should have already happened. EA is crazy. There was another story I could have included here, but EA is supposedly shelving the Need for Speed franchise entirely. Yeah, Skate 4 is on the way, right? But Skate 4, they've taken way too long with that. Skate 3 came out in 2000... I think it came out in 2011 as well, didn't it? Hang on. Skate 3... 2010. Skate 3 came out April 15th, 2010. So it's been 15 years since they made one of those. And Skate 3 was really popular. I can't count on one hand how many times I've bought a copy of Skyrim. Yeah, I bought it for PC twice. Actually, I bought it 3 times because I also got the VR version. So I have the regular version, I have the Legendary Edition or whatever, and then I also have the VR edition. And then I've also bought it for Xbox 360, and that's it. I almost bought it on Switch, but I thought 5 times was too much. You were 5 years old when Skate came out? Skate 3 came out? Oh my, you are so young. Hang on, I need to deal with a little bit of I need to deal with something. Sorry, I had a little bit of a existential crisis. I was like, I'm getting old. It's actually crazy. I am very quickly becoming a grandpa. I'm becoming so old. I'm 27 years old, and I have seen the rise and fall of America. I've seen so much. I've seen the first black president. I've seen a global pandemic that stopped everything. I have seen a reality TV show host get elected as president twice. I've seen too much. I've had enough in my life. And all the games that I used to love are old now. I remember playing Skate 3, and now I have people, adults, grown adults in my chat saying that they were 5 years old when it came out. What am I gonna do with my life? Anyways, what about the special and extra editions? Oh, I didn't get those ones. I should pick those up though. I gotta make sure I get the whole collection. Wait, what year? I might be being dumb. It came out in 2010. And so whenever you were born, if you were born in 2000, were you born in 2005? You would have been 5. Oh my gosh. You were born in 2005. Dude, you were born when one of my favorite games came out, Battlefront 2, which I remember playing on the PS2. Dude, I think the PS2 came out before you were born. Oh my gosh, the consoles I grew up playing came out before you even existed. Did you know that there's a version of Skyrim for the Alexa? That's insane. Was it just like a text-to-speech adventure? That is scary. I'm like 20 in 2 weeks. That is insane that you're almost 20 and you seem so much younger than me. Alright. Let's go to our next fail. Ubisoft CEO nepotism. This one was interesting. After the recent round of firings, Ubisoft has announced a new subsidiary backed by Tencent that will house their top IPs. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. There's a new subsidiary coming off of Ubisoft, and they're going to roll all their top IPs into it. So, like, I think Tom Clancy's... Tom Clancy, I don't know. The Tom Clancy games. There's going to be the Assassin's Creed games in there, and then there's going to be... what's their other... Oh, the Far Cry series is going to be in there. So, like, all their top IPs are going in. I don't know if they're putting in Skull and Bones. I know Skull and Bones is a quadruple A... a quadruple A property, so that might need to be included because it is very valuable, as you guys know. But so these are all getting rolled into a new company, and the new co-CEO, there's going to be 2 CEOs for this company. One of them will be Nepo baby Charlie Guillemot. I can't say that. Guillemot? He's French. And he's son of the current CEO of Ubisoft. Dude, how do you even say that? Yves Guillemot? And I'm sure he was chosen for his outstanding talent, right, guys? So basically, the boss's son is going to run this new Ubisoft venture, which is... Oh, I can see why everybody's leaving. Speaking of which, we talked about Virtuous, the company that's laying off 200 people. I also found out when I was writing that was also started by an ex-Ubisoft dev. So all the Ubisoft devs are jumping ship and making better studios. The Expedition 33 game was made by a bunch of ex-Ubisoft devs as well. It seems like Ubisoft has a lot of talent, and they're just pushing them away, probably because they're putting all their people in leadership based on nepotism. So... Discord. I'm not going on Discord right now. I'm doing a show. You keep trying to send me links and distracting me. Wait a minute. That might be a good thing then. Honestly, it might be. I think they're forcing people to go out of their comfort zone and start their own companies because Ubisoft is just so bad at at everything that they do. As you can see, I used a little Skull and Bones background for this. gotta rep their quadruple A game. It just seems like a terribly run company. It's insane because Ubisoft appears to have a lot of really talented people working there, yet they cannot produce anything of quality. So why do they have talent, but their products don't reflect that? I wonder what's going on. Anyways, let's go on to a win. Oh, that was our last fail. We're just going into normal stories. Nintendo cannot disable EU switches. This might be a win, depending on how you look at it. If you've been wondering why the EU consumer protection agencies haven't sued Nintendo for breaking consoles like Brazil has, it turns out it's because they aren't. What do you mean they aren't? They're not bricking switches in the EU. Users discovered EU users have a completely separate EULA, end user license agreement. That's the thing that you say yes to, you say you agree to without reading. that's the thing. Meaning that getting your Switch 2 disabled is a uniquely American issue. Or probably Asia too. I'm not sure if Asia has a different EULA. But so that means that, we were talking about this, Mo even brought up, that's illegal. In the EU, you cannot brick a console for under any circumstances. It's anti-consumer. And he was correct in saying that, and that's why they don't do it. So that explains why they haven't been sued yet. I was like, the lawsuit's coming, right? Why is Brazil suing them, but EU isn't? And that just means that Nintendo is willing to harm users as long as they can get away with it. They can do something completely immoral to you as a user if they have the legal authority to do so. But if the country actually stands up for its consumers they won't do it. They just won't do it. So Nintendo is fully willing to not break your Switch. They're just doing it intentionally because they know they can get away with it. Which just, I think it means that we should be putting forth more legislation in America to stop shit like this. Like, I would really like to see America kind of follow in the EU's footsteps here, because this shit's ridiculous. Imagine paying $450 for a Nintendo Switch, then you buy a cartridge at like a yard sale or something, or maybe your friend gives you a game, and you put that bad boy in. Turns out it's like either hacked or it's like a custom dump, which is still legal to use, but if you do, you're getting banned and you won't be able to use your Switch anymore. I think that's a terrible, terrible practice. Classic Nintendo. They would be in deep shit if they did. Yeah, it's crazy that you live in a place where they actually have consumer protections. We need new studios. That might be a good thing then. The Xbox 360 came out in 2005. Yeah, I remember. I got one. I remember begging my mom for an Xbox 360, and we got one early, and the thing fucking broke like 100 times. And we got an Xbox 360 Pro, which didn't break because it wasn't the base model. The original one literally got the red ring of death constantly. Use a VPN? Maybe. The thing is, I think it's based on like so every console's region blocked. So if you buy a EU console Switch, it'll be marked when you purchase it. Like, they'll already know it's from the EU. And you buy one in America, they already know it's in America. So I don't think a VPN would help there. You can't even play games from like different regions. So if I buy like a Japanese cartridge for Mario Kart or something, I don't think it'll work on an American region blocked Switch. I'm not saying this for fact because I don't know if the Switch 2 is like that. I think the Switch 1 probably was. I know that the PlayStation 5 is, or is it? It might be the PS4, because I remember I had to buy someone a copy of a game, but I had to get it in their country and ship it to them because it was going to be region blocked. Yeah, it's a region thing, I think. Yeah, they do have region blocks on a lot of consoles, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo does as well. They work. My friend has Japanese cartridges for his Switches. He collects them. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's good to know then. But yeah, that's something that you have to look into before you try to commit to both 1 and 2. Okay. Anyways, let's go on to our next story. Subnautica 2 lawsuit details. So I mentioned the lawsuit last week, and I forgot to even mention that there wasn't a lawsuit yet. It was just highly implied that it was coming. Like, we all knew that the devs were gonna sue, and we finally do have some details. So let's take a look at this. The new lawsuit details filed by the fired devs of Subnautica 2 have been revealed. Instead of trying to destroy Krafton, the 3 fired devs are only seeking the $250 million. I know that sounds crazy, only seeking $250, but this is what they were promised. The $250 million that they were promised, and the reinstatement of their positions of control over the project, which is crazy. They got outed by the company. They had their $250 million stripped from them, and all they want to sue them for is to be hired back and to get the bonus that they were originally promised. They were like, no hard feelings, just undo the bullshit you just did, and we'll call it good. We will continue making the game, and we'll make you a very good one. Valid, to be honest. Yeah, this is honestly like a charitable lawsuit, I would say. They could have gone for more. They could have asked for more money and not have their positions back. Which to me implies that they just genuinely care about what they're doing, which kind of defeats the whole argument that Krafton was saying in the first place, that they abandoned the project, that they had no interest in continuing it. But here they are suing simply to keep working on it. That goes hard. Yeah, don't you think? Pretty interesting. And then they also have detailed the 3 separate charges against Krafton. So the charges they have: count 1, breach of contract, and they're seeking damages. And that's in the form of the $250 million. So what they're doing here is they're asking for the $250 regardless of whether or not they meet the requirements. because the original idea was that they had to meet a certain rating requirement or like units sold in order to get that money. But they're claiming that Krafton has done so much damage to the optics of the game that even if they do release it on time, it's likely that it will suffer for that reason. And it's impossible to know whether or not they would have reached that goal. But it's likely, a lot of people think that they would have, because Subnautica was a very, very well-beloved game. And you know what? I think that they promised this money back, when we were talking about the like 1920 is like money printer burr moment, where like everything was crazy and investment was like free. I think they probably promised them that 250 million back then. Now that the economy's slowing down and things are getting shaky, Krafton's like, oh, that was a bad deal. Oh, even though it wasn't like a bad deal, they're still making good on their promise. Krafton wants to back out. And in count 2, it's a little bit covered by the chat here, but count 2 is breach of contract, specific performance. And then count 3 is, in the alternative, breach of covenant of good faith and fair dealing. I don't know what any of that means. But that's some lawyer speak for you, I guess. But those are the charges that they're filing against Krafton. And I hope they win. I really do. I think it'd be really cool to see them win this and then to still put out Subnautica 2 and like, I don't know, like do a good job. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool if Krafton were to just settle out of court, give them the $250 million, hire them back, and just let them release the game. I think that would be the best thing for Krafton to do right now, because they have two options here. They can do what I just said, or they can run this in the courts and do a very lengthy lawsuit, put the game in like the shadow realm for the time being, and not make any money off of it while spending a bunch of money in the courts. I don't think that's a very good business model. I think they should really just settle. I really do. And they're not even asking for a lot. They're not even going crazy with it. Just give them their jobs back and give them the bonus you said you'd give them. I was gonna get it as soon as it goes out. Were you really? See, yeah, I never played the first Subnautica, but I know that it has a huge fan base, and there are people that are going to buy it. I mean, that's why they offered them $250 million for a sequel in the first place. They didn't offer that out of the goodness of their hearts. They offered that because they find it to be significantly worth more than $250 million. So, I don't know. Moving on. We have the Zelda cast was announced. This was really cool. 2 actors for the roles of Zelda and Link have been chosen for the upcoming live-action trilogy that they have planned. Link will be played by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, and Zelda will be played by Bo Bragason. It's pictured here. This is the best photo that I had of her that was like long like this. There's other photos, but they're not. She's like a vampire in this. I don't know what's going on, but I chose this one because it's more of a full body and I could get them to fit on the page. And then here's a photo of him. He looks like fucking here, let me hide the vertical chat real quick. He looks like Tom Holland, doesn't he? He looks like he's just a little guy. Look at him, he's a little guy. It appears Nintendo did not want the smoke from casting the trans actress Hunter Schafer as Zelda. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I think a week or two ago we talked about how there's a rumor going on that Nintendo was looking to hire Hunter Schafer as Zelda, and I actually thought that wasn't a bad idea. She looks like Zelda. I think it would be a decent casting choice, but I mean, is it a surprise that there was backlash in this current political climate? Like, everyone's like, wow, even Zelda's gone woke now. It's just, Nintendo probably saw all the comments online and were like, it's not worth it. It's really not. And then they went with Bo Bragason. Both of these actors, I do not know, by the way. I have no idea what they've been in previously. So, I could have researched that. I didn't really care. I just wanted to put pictures up and show you guys what Link and Zelda are going to look like. I don't know. It could work. She actually has more curly hair in the photos that I've seen of her, so they're probably gonna straighten it out or give her a wig. They're certainly gonna have to give him some sort of wig for blonde hair, but I don't know. I guess his face would work for it. He's got blue eyes. I don't know. He does look like he looks like a young Link. So I mean, Link's supposed to be played by like a 17-year-old, or he's supposed to be a 17-year-old. So she has a dick. Hunter does have a dick. I'm sure, unless they've had like bottom surgery, but they were born with a dick. Yes, that's how being trans works. She doesn't though. This is a biological female. Nintendo did decide to go with a non-trans actress for this role. Ayo. I just realized in the VOD no one's gonna know what I'm talking about. So Parzival asked, she has a dick. I hid the chat, but that's why I didn't just make that up. I didn't just start that out of nowhere. Link will only have one line. That would be really funny. Speaking of which, if you actually look up both of these actors online, Google has an Easter egg for both of them. So if you look up Bo Bragason, here are more pictures of her, by the way. I guess this is her too, when she was like fucking 7 or something. I don't know. But up here you'll see it says, "Well, excuse me, princess," which is a reference to the cartoon version of Zelda. It was like this really terrible cartoon, but the character Link said that all the time. It's like, "Well, excuse me, princess." And then for Benjamin, it says "Kia, Hia," and that's actually the entire script for him. That's what his role says. Here's another photo of him, by the way. Female Gollum. That's mean. She doesn't look like she's a pretty female. Pretty. Oh gosh, I hate saying female. It sounds so like sexist. I wanted to be charitable and be like, they're an attractive person. They don't look like Gollum. But I didn't want to say girl. I didn't want to say woman for some reason. I actually don't know her age, so I'm gonna be cautious here because they both look very young. Actually, how old are they? Oh, she's 21. And Benjamin, she's older than you, Kieran. She was born in 2004. Gosh. It's weird that there are 20-year-olds from a year that I remember. Benjamin Evan Ainsworth is 16? Wow, he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. Wow. Yeah, he's young as fuck. He's younger than even Link was. But then again, they did delay the movie, so by the time it comes out, he'll probably be 17 or 18. So I guess we'll see. 2007. Crazy. Takes notes. All right. Let's move on. Epic sues more Fortnite cheaters. Epic is continuing their war against Fortnite cheaters. They took these cheaters to court, banned them from the game, and have even forced them to publicly apologize for their transgressions. I thought this was super funny. Epic Games Newsroom posted, "We took legal action against 2 people who cheated and broke our rules. One sold and used cheats, and the other carried out cyber attacks on content creators who were live streaming gameplay, aka DDoS attacks. Both have been ordered to stop these activities and are banned from playing Fortnite. If you break the rules, there are consequences. Check out their messages to the Fortnite community below." And they actually had them give public apologies on Twitter, which is honestly really fucking funny. They literally forced cheaters to say, "I'm sorry." And this is on top of the last week or last 2 weeks where they sued one cheater for like $70,000 or something and donated it all to charity. But this cheater was a lot worse. This cheater had not only cheated, but they cheated in tournaments and won like $6,700, something like that. Somewhere between $6,000 and $7,000 worth of winnings, which is, I mean, it's less than $70,000 that they were sued for, but still a ridiculous amount. Anyways, yeah, so that's kind of a win. Epic's been very litigious lately. They must have a full-time legal team representing them. Next up, this is kind of a funny one. A card shop robs a competitor. A Japanese card shop was shockingly robbed by another shop owner just around the corner. They reportedly stole $94,000 worth of goods and had accomplices that are still at large. This is really funny. Imagine you just get robbed. And you're and you go over to your neighbor who also has a card shop. And you're like, dude, I just got robbed. And he's like, oh no. And he's like, man, yeah, so you better be really careful. You know, they might come after you next. He's like, I wouldn't worry about that. Here it is. This was all in Japanese. I guess Grok translated it for me, so shout out to Grok. So regarding the robbery incident that occurred at our store on 6/14 following Sakaguchi and Ando, the manager of the neighboring store, Treka Junkie, and then they fucking tagged them in this, which is crazy, Yuji Watanabe, has also been arrested as an accomplice in the robbery. Those still involved should surrender immediately. Thinking you won't get caught is impossible. I bet this would sound so cool in Japanese. We will absolutely catch everyone. We welcome any information, no matter how small. That's hard. Like we're coming for you, and we will get our Pokemon cards back. Well, could you imagine how brazen you have to be to rob your neighbor? Like, what do they think this is, Rust? That is so funny. Yeah, I saw this. I was like, I have to include this because that's so fucking funny. There's two card shops. There's I imagine them around, across the street from each other, and the guy sees in the window of the other one all of his goods. How did they not think they were gonna get caught? But this kind of crime is becoming more and more common lately. There's actually a large amount of robberies going on at card shops. Because Pokemon cards are like gold now. It doesn't even make any sense. Honestly, the Pokemon cards themselves are worth more than the currency you're buying them with. You know, there are plenty of Pokemon cards that are, by the way, just cardboard and ink that are worth more than a $100 bill. Right? There are several cards there are some cards that are worth thousands of dollars. They're literally cardboard that's worth more than real currency. I think that should say a lot about the current economy. Bro, we're going to raid the fresh spawns in their wooden hut. There's a new card shop and you just raid them. Alright, C4 is down. Anyways, moving on. YouTube crackdown. YouTube is preparing to cut down on the AI slot problem that has been infesting the site. They've made changes to their monetization policies that will disallow channels to receive monetization on videos that lack original or authentic content, as they put it. This means that mass-produced AI content may no longer be profitable in the future. So, in case you guys don't know, the current meta is to just overload the Shorts platform with AI generated slop. The entire video. So all the visuals are AI generated images. The story is sometimes AI generated, and the voice is entirely AI generated. And people get programs that will do these. They'll churn these videos out and just fucking flood the entire page with them. Like, if you've ever spent any time on YouTube Shorts or even just watching YouTube videos, you found these from these random channels that have like 16,000 subscribers and millions of views in some cases on these videos, and they're just like completely AI generated garbage. YouTube is actually taking a stance against this, and I think, yeah, claps YouTube. I think that's a great idea. Here it is in their monetization policies on their own website, July 2025. In order to monetize as part of the YouTube Partner Program, YouTube has always required creators to upload original and authentic content. On July 15th, YouTube is updating our guidelines to better identify mass-produced and repetitious content. This update better reflect... this update better reflects what inauthentic content looks like today. I thought I misread it for a second. I didn't see reflects with an S. I thought it was saying this content or this update better reflect, what inauthentic content is. Yeah, my brain's weird. So yeah, I'm all for this. I actually think that this is needed. I think this is a great idea. I'm sick of AI slop. I can't stand it. I think it's low effort. I've said this before. I would rather hear a 12-year-old kid on a pair of AirPods talking, or on even like those old Apple headphones with the microphone that's on the volume adjuster. Talking to that dude, talking to literally any mic you have in your house. That is better than hearing an AI voice going, what's the deal with pickles? Pickles, although popular in some countries, are often not eaten in other countries. Like, it's so bad. Like, how long do you guys think it's gonna take for me to find an AI slop video on YouTube? I shouldn't show what I'm gonna. I don't want to show what I see on my page, because there's a lot of political stuff, and I want to keep it non-political. I'm like not crazy, but there's a healthy amount of like Hassan and Asmongold just in my feed, because I'm addicted to watching them fight, to be completely honest. But I don't like necessarily either of their content. Like, I'm not subscribed to either of them. But here we go. This is my YouTube studio, or Studio Zen, which shouldn't have anything really in here other than like Kieran and I'm literally only subscribed to Kieran and Stefan. So let's look at shorts. Let's see how long it takes to find AI generated content. Alright.
I got a fucking refund.
Alright. Maybe they've already cracked down on it. I'm surprised we haven't found something already. Hello?
You guys have lost control.
What the wow, we might not have any more AI content. They might have fixed it. Punishing chatters. Oh, here's Stefan.
Bears don't fall asleep on.
Call my agent.
Bill Orange.
Damn. We actually
fix this method. I have
oh, there's AI, but that's just about. It's an AI photo, but.
Can you sign?
Damn, they might have cleaned it out.
What is a crazy?
Damn. Okay. They might have already fixed it, because they said July 15th. What is it? It's July 20th. They might have already cracked down on the AI slop. John Oliver's talking about it? That's how you know it's a problem. That's how you know it's a problem. Yeah, this is the kind of shit that you would see. This is what I'm talking about. Like, just weird AI videos and stuff. This one seems to be a little bit funnier, but there are a lot of them that are like intentionally trying to mislead people. Bro, what the fuck is this AI slop? So yeah, they're cracking down on it. My head, ow now. Who that? Are you okay? Did you hit your head and you're like hallucinating now? Anyways, that's it for our show. We're gonna go into our tip of the day. Oh, I actually forgot. I forgot a quote. I forgot the quote. No. So we're gonna go. It's gonna show the old quote, but pro tip of the day is put mental health first. And then I forgot to change the quote. Let's shoehorn in. Your struggles do not define you. That's what we're gonna do. I don't know who fucking said that. God damn it, they didn't even come with the name, but let's pretend that that's not the quote. Moving on, for example, according to healthline.com, decreased sun exposure has been associated with a drop in your serotonin levels. So that means sometimes it's as simple as going outside wow, I should have read that right. Something as simple as going outside can be a way to work on your mental health. Exercising and cutting out mind-altering substances like alcohol, weed, even harder drugs for sure, is another good way and simple solution to fixing a lot of mental health issues. I've met a lot of people who have mental health issues. By mental health issues, I mean like they're suffering from depression, they have anxiety, and what do they do all day? They eat junk food, they sit inside, they smoke weed all day, and they don't go outside. They're probably vitamin D deficient. And it's no wonder that they're depressed. Like, humans aren't supposed to live like that. Sun is actually a great way to like, vitamin D deficiency can cause issues with your mental hormones, like serotonin listed here. And it just, even, I think I saw an article that said just seeing sun triggers a response through your eyes to generate serotonin in your brain. And I think that just doing little things like this, like even just exercising, going on a walk, really, really does wonders. Every time I would get stuck in a rut, I would actually go on a walk. I actually have a playlist for going on walks that's specific to that instance. So if I'm ever stuck somewhere, if I'm feeling a certain type of way, I go on a walk, and I get a little bit of sun, and I usually feel better. Now, that's not an end-all be-all. Sometimes you're just really in a bad place in life, and there's no amount of walks that's gonna fix it. But staying inside and doing nothing for yourself is not gonna fix it. Far too often do we ignore the health of our brain because, unlike the rest of our body, there is no visual indication that there may be a problem. You can't break your brain like you can break your ankle. You can't get a bruised brain. I mean, you can get brain bleeds, but you wouldn't notice it like from the outside, right? There's no way to tell if you're having a mental struggle by looking at yourself. It's all felt. And sometimes by the time you're already feeling it, it's too late. So the best thing to do is just to generate good habits and to just focus on the things that you're doing that affect the most important part of your body, the most important organ for sure. We are nothing if not a brain, which is why putting your mental health first should be a top priority. Yap, 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 yap. This is literally the yaps part of the episode. Well, how are you going to say yap at me when I'm literally doing the part of the episode that this is for? Anyways, that's all I had to say about that. I was already done by the time he said I was yapping, you butthole. Yap, yap. Why are you guys okay? But yeah, no, I mean, you two, you're telling me I'm yapping. You're telling me I'm yapping when your bedroom looks like this. I'm sorry, but what? You're gonna say I'm yapping when you live like this, and I'm saying you should go outside more. You look like you live in a troll's hut, dude. This is where Shrek lives. Brother ripped all the wallpaper off because he's like the girl from Yellow Wallpaper. That is the most obtuse fucking reference. Is that what it's called? Is it the Yellow Wallpaper? Yeah, the Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins. That's you. You went crazy, my guy. I was outside all day. Okay, well, maybe. maybe it doesn't apply to you. But honestly, get out. Touch grass, guys. Just touch grass is all I'm saying. Also, as you'll see, these two photos, this is from me yesterday. I got a nice little sunburn on my arm. As you can see, it's up here. If I take off my shirt, I know this is where the episode, this is gonna make the video 18 plus. So here go my glasses. Look at this. Look at this. You can see where my tank top used to be. What's funny though is I have a tan down here. You can see it starts right here and it goes down. And I didn't get burnt anywhere on this arm, but everywhere up above it did get burnt. So yeah, that sucks. And I didn't get a burn up here because I had a tan already on my neck. But I did get burnt down here because I didn't have a tan. You can see how fucking white I am. So yeah. Everything hurts. Ooh. I'm gonna get clothed again. I don't want you guys to judge me. I don't want to show my nipples on stream because then I'll get banned. We all know nipples aren't okay. I went swimming. There you go. Yeah, swimming's great for you. Yeah, so just, you guys seem like you're doing it. So just enjoy some sun. Enjoy living. I mean, this is the waterfall I saw. It's so pretty. Anyways, let's go on to the end of our show, which is our community highlight, which is going out to Kezi. Kezi, if you're still here, we're taking a look at your untitled project, which, by the way, do you have a title for it? You can hear the music in the background. It's it goes with the speed of the game. So if you speed it up, the music goes faster. You can see he has a little bit of a gold meter. He has 100 gold. It also has an age. He's 18 in the game, so you age in real time. Bloodline Legacies to be dated. Oh, you actually gave it a name already. That's cool. He has like a little dummy system. What's interesting is it looks like you have a hitbox on the sword. Is that how you're applying damage? You're like actually using the hitbox on the sword? 'Cause that's what I was originally gonna do. But it's a difficult thing to do. He's got a guild. He's upgrading the rooms in the guild. That's sick. You can put a training dummy inside. That's cool. I need to do something like this for my game. I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do the house upgrading, because I want to make it so you can upgrade houses. It says clear debris. It's like you're like buying a door in Nazi Zombies. That's so funny. One thing you're probably gonna have to do is you're gonna have to teleport the player outside of the room if you upgrade it. Because what if you stand on the exact place that's gonna add like a bed or something and your player gets stuck? You gotta think about that. This is really cool though. You've done a lot of work. Are you using any like Unreal Engine tools or anything? Like any assets for this? Or did you like code all of these systems from the ground up? Because that's pretty impressive if you've done all this. You've already got like upgrade systems, you got a gold system, a time system. Even like it even seems to affect everything like the skybox and the sun. Everything apart from movement is coded from the bottom. That's really cool, especially considering you literally lost everything just a few weeks ago. You've done a great job getting back. Jacob Dickweed. Nice. What are these like little minions that you can have? You can like level them up. That's crazy, dude. I don't know how you work so fast. I've been try. Yeah, that's great. You should always improve yourself. Life is all about improvements. Everything you do is an improvement. Improving at your job, improving at learning things like instruments or making video games or anything, any hobby that you're interested in. You should always be striving to be a better person than you were yesterday. Damn, we need to chat at some point. I need to get my confidence back with Unreal. Yeah. Honestly, Kezi's pretty good at Unreal. He's pretty knowledgeable. Blueprint, that is. I'm sick of animations. Pain in my ass. Dude, animations are a pain in my ass in Unity as well. I don't think animations are good in any engine. They're so... Ugh. They're ugh. They are guild members. That's really cool. Yeah, good job, Kezi. And that is the end of our news. That was 21 slides. That ran for about an hour. Probably like an hour and 10 minutes. So I hope everyone had a good time. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Did you see the extra video I put in Discord? No. Let's see. Oh, no, I did. I just didn't want to include both of them because there was a lot. Oh, wait, this one? I didn't see this one. Today's work looks neat. Let's take a look at the Discord real quick. What did you add? Is that Kieran's, is that the same hill that Kieran used for his, what the fuck is it called? His, Ultimate Frisbee game? It looks identical to his scene. What? Are you guys making the same game? What the fuck? It's a template? Oh, that makes so much sense. I'm like, this is the same. I think we showed that off last week. So even the YouTube frogs should recognize that. I say that like I don't get 6 views on YouTube. I think I get more people actively watching on Twitch than I do entire views on YouTube. You added a skill journal? That's insane. That's really cool. Nice. Dude, you've been working on this so much. Oh, Kieran also has something. this little spaceship interior? It looks like the TARDIS, to be honest. Okay, well, only actual progression I've made last week, despite being ill with asthma, is my Project Luna and the main hub ship. It looks awful at the moment, but this is like an hour of scrapping and remaking it until I like the shape. Still probably gonna scrap some of it, but it's progress. I also worked on some enemy AI stuff, but nothing ready to show yet. And the game is fully planned with a new logo, but nothing noteworthy. This is the TARDIS, dude. You made the TARDIS. I'm telling you, dude. You literally made the TARDIS. Bro, it's just the TARDIS. It's actually the TARDIS. Tell me that's not the same thing. Tell me that's not the same thing. It's like a map room in Fable 1 where you get quest cards. Oh, you're right. This is like the quest area in Fable 1. Don't do this to me now, for fuck's sake. Well, got off to remake it, I go. Honestly, I would lean into it. I mean, you are British after all. It's like a national heritage thing, right? What did Stefan post? VTuber punishes Twitch chatters. Bro got a gun? Yeehaw, America! Look how happy he is. What the fuck? Is his hammer floppy? That's amazing. Look how happy he is. His model's so cute. Wait, Stefan's clip from earlier? Oh man, there's even more.
Oh, gotta do the chump dance.
Stefan's so fucking cute. What a cute little guy. Good job, guys. I love your videos. Fuck YouTube. Bye, YouTube.